So, Sky Squad, we are back in the building because we have a little bit of a news alert. Okay, we got a little bit of follow up on that situation with Jennifer Williams making that comment that is now on a roll. Okay, on social media. So we're going to talk about what Evelyn now has to say about that comment, and she gives us further context into a little bit of a sneak peek of what's going on with the show. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to also talk about this picture that is making its rounds on the internet at the moment. Okay. And so let's we're gonna give it a little discussion, little tap tap, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're about to do. All right. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Hit that notification bell button and smack that like button. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Y'all know how to do it. So let's get into the tea. All right. So our friends over at Reality Chat happened to catch this tea from Evelyn Lozada. Let's get into it. For those of you guys who did not see earlier video, basically Jennifer Williams pretty much said that Christian would have been better off letting his ex run out of the house when they was in their argument, for which he was arrested for false imprisonment, and she allegedly jumped out of a window at some point during or after. That's unclear for me. And then Jennifer saying to the girls on Basketball Wives that she would have been better off leaving the house and getting in a car crash or something like that. So everyone has been wondering, well, how is that moment just like glossed over by the ladies on the show, especially for Evelyn, who has gone through DV, and Brooke, who has unfortunately suffered a loss at, due to a car crash, significant loss, and I don't even want to like really go into it, but we know what it is. So let's get into what Evelyn had to say.
Address something. I'm going to make it real short. So this last week in the episode, this was the maxi dress little fashion show that I had. And me and some of the ladies were all sitting down having a conversation just about, several things that were going on. Anyway, Jennifer made a comment. Me and Brooke was sitting there. What you guys need to understand is that we were definitely surprised at the comment, right? Because I'm seeing different things, and just continue to watch the episodes because this conversation circles back, right? And there's more context to it. We do address it at some point. We didn't just sit there and we were like, oh, okay, yeah, just say whatever. So just continue to stay tuned. Okay, so I wanted to, anyway, now that I saw the clip, we were definitely surprised, right? So we weren't okay with the comments that were said, right? I think in that moment, we're like surprised. And when you're shooting, sometimes it takes a second for you to process what the fuck is happening, in that moment when you are having these conversations. So anyway, just know it circles back around and we talk about it again because the information was then processed and we were like, oh shit. So we all talked about it. You'll see it. I don't want to say too much. Just tune into the next couple of weeks that we have left. And yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because I saw a few things where people were like, oh, why didn't you say something? Why didn't she say something? Calm down. It comes back around.
Comes back around. Okay. I mean, listen, even when I was watching the episode, it was one of those things that I heard it. I saw Brandy's comment. It didn't really register to me in that moment. So I could get how she could be like, wait, what? What did you just say? Especially if they are as unclear as a lot of people may be about the circumstances surrounding the Jennifer's fiance's ex and how that whole thing came about. You know, the only reason I have a slight better understanding, at least from what he said, is because I watched his interview with Carlos King and Jennifer. That is where he laid out his side of the story. But from what I understand, the court documents may tell a different story. So I don't know. But this does come back up. So that's good to know that they will be addressing it. I will be interested to see how it's handled on the show. And I'll be interested in seeing if it came back up during the reunion, because they've already filmed the reunion. So as we're seeing the episode and as we're reacting to it, we have no idea whether or not they will call this back into question, because we also don't know how in depth they're going to go into, you know, their discussion about it and how much we'll actually see. So that's left up to the VH1 Paramount people. Okay. All right. So let's move on to another story that is bubbling on social media. Okay. So I was like literally driving back home, and I get back and I'm, I was tagged on something. I was like, now say what now? So I happen to look, and I see a post by Bravo by Baychase. Okay, Baychase. And it says Katie Ross and Chris Samuels saw Alexis Bellino trending and were like, we got to do something quick. Now, for those of you guys who don't know who Alexis Bellino is, she is a cast member who used to be full-time on the Housewives of Orange County. She's come back as a friend because, well, not because, but she's come back as a friend. And lo and behold, she's dating Shannon Beador's ex, John Jansen. And it is a big part of the storyline. Now, I mean, we could say this is quite the interesting story that seems to be a good storyline type for the year, because we've seen a similar situation play out on Married to Medicine as well as on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. But this could be very different, right? Because if you kind of get Katie, you kind of know that she has a bit of a sense of humor. So I when I read the post, I really try not to read that much into it, but I also saw the interwebs picking it up. Okay. So Katie posted and said, I flirt hard, and when I see a good one, I go for it. Hashtag OG, hashtag Real Housewives of Potomac. When Mr. S steps into the building, Katie says, dot, dot, dot. Oh, yes, he is such an incredible human. Hashtag Katie vibes. So, as I was preparing, to my notes, I just happened to also see this post on the Neighborhood Talk as well. And so it says Katie Ross from Real Housewives of Potomac shares a post flirting with Monique Samuels' ex-husband. When I see a good one, I go for it. And someone had typed, Katie, but I love me some Chris. Katie says, he is looking good, fam. I can't lie. Smells good too. Now, again, I think you also got to know Katie has a sense of humor about herself. So I wouldn't read too much into it, but when I saw it and everybody was going like, posting it, and I was like, oh Lord have mercy. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. I know the people involved, so I'm gonna leave it right there. And that's it. That's all I got for you. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys, of course, in the next. Oh, side note, I don't know if y'all gonna get the Love and Marriage Huntsville recap because I don't have it yet, and I would need to record it by tonight in order for me to get it out in time for this weekend. And I also don't have the Braxton's screener, so I don't really know if either one of those, unless they come in like all of a sudden, I don't really know that I will be able to get those to you guys because I will be in transit for a very long time. So just to kind of keep you guys up to date on the content that is to come, we'll have to see what I can do while I'm traveling. So, I mean, y'all wish me luck and Godspeed. Okay, pray for me. So with that being said, I will catch you all, of course, in the next video.